to make the right decision, whatever that might be. I said, I put the ball in your hands, whether it's Asia, KP, Chelsea, Jackie, Tip Hayes, whoever has the ball. It's not necessary that I'm calling the play for you. It's for you to make the right read. So Tip Hayes and Plum are really great at creating gray area. It was just a high pick and roll, and we know they load the nail. So we want obviously one of our best shooters there sitting on that wing. And so I thought KP did a really good job of just getting downhill, creating advantages for us. And then it's just about making the right decision. So, she got downhill, the help came a little bit, and she just kicked. And we know Miss Gray likes big shots. So wasn't a surprise. It went in. Perfect who we want shooting. So it was just really good execution by all of them. Asia set a great screen. KP came off, made the right read, made the right play, and Chelsea knocks it down. Very complicated play.
Coach, it started off like 5 over in the game. But after that, Connecticut seemed to come and found their play, defense, everything. And they seemed like the momentum was over the right halftime. What did you say to your team and what adjustments you made in the second or at halftime for the outcome to come out the way that they were set?
I probably can't repeat what I said at halftime. But the bigger picture was it felt terrible. It felt terrible on the sidelines to watch what we were watching, especially offensively. And then defensively, just not coming out on point. I mean, that first 5 minutes, we didn't get a stop. I mean, we talk about defense, and we come out in the first 6 or 7 minutes, they're just scoring at will. So we had a good heart-to-heart about defense. And then after that, they really buckled down to hold the team in the teens for 3 straight quarters. It's good to know on nights that we struggle offensively, we can actually rely on our defense. We would have been a sunken ship without KP in that first half. She basically carried us in the first half, and then everybody else started to wake up a little bit at halftime. So as bad as it felt, I was like, how terrible that felt. And we're only down 12. So let's get in, play some defense. And we started the third quarter off with a stop and a get out and run. And then that momentum starts to shift in our favor.
Matthew?
Becky, I had 2 for you quickly. Do you have an update on Asia's status? I know the injury was late in the game, but do you have an update on how she's feeling? I think I heard she's getting some treatment.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything right now for you.
And then speaking of Kelsey, you gave her the game off the last game, and she talked a little bit about when she was in here earlier, just allowed her to mentally reset. How big can getting her reset? Because she had been sort of having been hot from 3 and cold from 3, getting her sort of reset going down the stretch. How important can that be for you guys?
She's huge for us down the stretch. I mean, even Jackie's production, when she came back off her day off, when we rested her, she comes back and has like 14 assists, plays great defense. So the rest has been serving as well. I'll talk to Asia and see kind of where we're at with her. But when you talk about, Plum, especially in the finals, Plum, Chelsea, and Jackie last year, we know how crucial they are. Those 3 have to play well. Asia's going to be Asia, but the play of Jackie, Kelsey, and Chelsea are separation factors. So we need them clicking on all cylinders. We haven't yet this year. So I'm hopeful at some point that'll turn. But on a night that we really just struggled to score the ball, we were able to rely on our defense. So I'm really happy with that.
Coach, earlier when Kelsey Plum asked the team how much experience kicking and help assist them like this team. From the coach's perspective, when we have veteran players or experienced teammates who have title 2 times and been in positions like this, how much does it help you as a coach as opposed to teams that haven't been in this position? You might have to talk to them, you might have to make adjustments. But with veteran leadership and being experienced in the game before, how much does it help you as a coach?
I mean, we have a lot of trust in each other. We're very battle tested. the core four and myself. And you could throw AC in there and Kia Stokes in there and Sid in there. I mean, we're battle tested. We've been through these tight games. Not every game's going to be a blowout. And also, like, it's not easy. It's not easy to do what I'm asking them to do, which is be great every night. And we're finding our way and we're figuring it out. It's always on the defensive end because that goes with you. It can go on the road with you. The shooting doesn't, nobody's out there trying to miss shots. Like, I get that. As a coach, I'm trying to make sure we get good shots. And if we're not getting good shots, why are we not getting good shots? And then try to make adjustments to where, we feel a little bit better about the shots that we're getting. But there's a lot of trust in execution and ATOs down the stretch and play calling down the stretch. I have a lot of trust in them to make the right decision, whatever that might be. I said, I put the ball in your hands, whether it's Asia, KP, Chelsea, Jackie, Tip Hayes, whoever has the ball. It's not necessary that I'm calling the play for you. It's for you to make the right read. So Tip Hayes and Plum are really great at creating gray area where now you can really make some money because they penetrate the defense in such a way that makes them make a decision. And then after that, it's on that player to just make the right decision, whatever that might be. Sometimes it's themselves and sometimes it's the pass. And so, you just make the right play after right play after right play. I mean, Plum's decision-making down the stretch, I thought was really, really good. And so you just build off that trust. Asia had a big one too. No one really talks about that. That little jumper, that little silent jumper was a big one.
Let's do one more in the room and then Nikias close us out.
Ask this question to KP. There was a viral clip down in viral city posted on the show about now, where she said something to the effect of
We was gonna be in last places or something like that.
Yes. So just to piggyback off of the aces kind of getting it together over these last few games, how good does it feel as a coach to see things clicking for the Las Vegas Aces at the correct time in the season?
Yeah, I mean, we're still building. And this team in particular, we haven't played our best basketball yet. So that part really is exciting and encouraging. Our defense coming along, our rebounding coming along, those are all really encouraging signs. The shooting, like I said, it's going to come and go. Hopefully, I think it's time for that worm to start turning pretty soon too. It's time for Jackie and KP to get hot on the same night. And, like I said, their production from that guard space, Chelsea is being more and more herself. So we're starting to take, 2-3 steps forward, and we just step by step, quarter by quarter sometimes. But just being in the moment and being present, we know we'll have good results, but the defense can't take a vacation. We know that.
Nikias, what you got?
Just a couple of quick ones for you, Coach. First, and for the defense, in terms of the trust and the communication levels that you're seeing, how close is the defense to being where you wanted in those categories? I
mean, the last defensive possession where, they needed a 3, we put our thing, it was like a wall out there. They couldn't get a 3 off. And so being able to dig in and get those kind of stops, are just really crucial down the stretch. Like, that's a moment that, the offense is going to be organized and the defense was stifling. And I think, we had Jack, Tip, AC and Chelsea out there in Asia. And so, getting stops on demand, that's what we talk about. And something I learned from Pop, when they won championships, they got stops on demand. Like, we have to get a stop, and the defense understood that. And they did whatever it took to get a stop. And we're starting to get on that point. I think after that Dallas game, that was kind of the turning point, because Dallas, they scored 7 points in the last minute. And that's a team that a year before, that same offensive team, they look the same, we look the same. Our team held them scoreless for 5 points or for 5 minutes. In a closeout game in game 3, we held them to 0 points in 5 minutes. And so then, fast forward here, and I just really challenged them. We gave up 32 points in the fourth quarter lost a 13-point lead, you know, in the second half, and those things are on us. And so there's really been a lot greater attention to detail, I think, defensively, and it's just given us a chance to be in games and extend leads and be solid. So offense is the offense. It was not particularly great tonight, but the defense was great when it needed to be.
Got you. And then quickly, you mentioned Jackie kind of closing that game, but only 2 fourth quarter minutes for her. Was that just you? Was that just game flow, riding a hot lineup, or is there something that you were seeing from her?
Yeah, you know, Sid gave us really great minutes. I thought her minutes really actually impacted the game in a big time way. And so I was really pleased with her minutes. And then it was just about just flow and matchups. And Jackie's probably going to run 35 the next game. It just happens like that. I didn't think she had it particularly tonight. So I just went with a different lineup. But make no bones about it, we're not going anywhere without Jackie Young production on most nights. So you know, I expect her to have a bounce back game in New York.
Got you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, coach. We'll let you go.